Okay, so in this next video, we are going to look at how to mix up Wrecking Ball's food. All right, so I'm sending down, the main source of his nutrition is going to be the chicken food. This is a food that's specially formulated for growing chickens and really should provide most of the nutrition that he needs. I supplement that with the omnivore care and kind of diluted. The big point here is, in order to make sure he's getting enough hydration, and to make it easier for him to digest, I always wet the food. So he should never have anything too crunchy. The only exception to that is when I do his medications. I don't moisten it as much, and that's just so that the medications, I know he's taking them in the right quantities. So I'm sending down a big bag that's clearly labeled, but I'm also sending a small container. This is the same thing, it's just you can put this away and you can work from this, and it's a little less mess on the counter. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our small container, or a larger size, it's really up to you. Sometimes I will make a little bit larger batch, so I'm going to put maybe 2 tablespoons, and I'm just going to eyeball it, it doesn't have to be perfect, of the chicken food. And then I'm going to take my diluted omnivore care, and I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to add that to my chicken food. Now, as you can see, I only used about half of my omnivore care, and I'm just gonna mix that in and let it absorb. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of fluid left over. That's okay. Again, I don't have a particular recipe or formula that works perfect. I try something new. If I see that we're having maybe digestive issues, his poop is too runny, or it's too hard, then I might change things up. But you really have to just look at his poops and kind of go from there. It's just like any other animal or human being. So hold on, I'm going to open up this chia. Alright, so this chia, the nice thing about chia is, one, he likes the way it tastes. Number 2 is when you add chia to any kind of liquid, it'll thicken it, so it'll make almost like a pudding, and it's a nice consistency that Wrecking Ball is a real big fan of. So just in the brief time that it took me to open up that chia, you can see this got absorbed pretty well. So I really don't need to add very much chia in there to thicken it up. I'll go ahead and add just a little bit, just a sprinkle, just for some additional flavor, and then I'll stir it up. I can also go ahead and add the hemp seed too, but it's not necessary, and I'll usually wait to see. If he'll eat it without the hemp seed, I haven't been adding it, just because he'll eat unlimited amount of hemp seeds, and I don't know that that's necessarily really good for him. So now I've got a mixture made, and I can put it into a smaller container. And what I'll do is I'll feed him just a small batches at a time. And what that enables me to do is, if he doesn't eat it all, then it's not contaminated and I can store it. So I have a batch that I made earlier, and so I'm going to set this new batch aside, and I'm actually going to feed him this batch. Now, as you can see, this one has a lot of chia in it, and it's all firm. He's not going to like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir it up and get it nice and kind of piecey, so that he can grab little bits with his beak, okay? And then I can give that to him. Now, again, you can kind of play with this. I'll show you another video here in a minute about putting the food into the cage, but that's just mixing the food, okay?